Hello and welcome to another episode on the Lispod podcast. Today we're going to be talking everything student entrepreneurship. My name is Chipo Matambo and I am based at the UFS Business Incubator, which was established last year in 2024. And today I'm going to be facilitating a session where I'm going to be speaking to the student entrepreneurs that have walked through our doors in the incubator and that we've supported. An integral role for the incubator is to support student entrepreneurship at UFS and also to just facilitate their learning in terms of entrepreneurial education, developing entrepreneurial skills, developing an entrepreneurial mindset. And today I'm joined in the studio with 3 students who have walked this journey, and they're going to be sharing with the audience how they experience and how they've experienced the incubator. So I'm going to start by introducing the students I have. I have Latika, I have Lesego, and I have Wendell. And they will do their own introduction because they are better to tell their story and also to introduce themselves. So Latika.
Hi guys, my name is Latita. I'm a third year student majoring in industrial psychology and psychology within Bachelor of Social Sciences. And then my passion in terms of my life as a whole, I really love doing digital marketing, which is what I'm embarking on also at the University of the Free State and also entrepreneurship specifically.
Thank you for that introduction. Lesego.
Hi everyone, my name is Lesego Mafatle and I am a third year student in doing Bachelors of Social Sciences, majoring in industrial psychology, political sciences and business management. And beyond my academics, I am also serving as an RC first year in academics from House Imperium.
Thank you for that introduction, Lesego. And then Wendell.
I'm Wendell Casey Davids. I'm a second year Bachelor of Accounting student and a candidate fellow for Allen Gray. I never really thought that I would get into the business and entrepreneurial world, but my degree definitely ignited that passion, and it was further fueled by my fellowship with the Allen Gray Bursary. And it's been quite a journey with lots of ups and downs and lots of opportunities for me.
Thank you for that. Thank you for the introduction. Okay, we're now going to delve into university entrepreneurship and the journey so far for you guys and the skills that you've learned on the journey and the support that the incubator has given you and the value of coaching and mentorship that you've received from the incubator. So I'm going to start with Wendell. I'll start on your side, and if you can just delve into that, please.
Okay, so my entrepreneurial journey started during my matric year when I was looking for a suit for my matric farewell, and I realized that high quality, like stylish menswear is very expensive and there was a gap in the market. And that's when I started the business of the Suit Imperium. And the business kept on running until last year around June, when I received an email about the pitch for the Allen Gray Orbis Foundation. And I decided to do it, even though I've never done a pitch before. I was very unsure about the situation. I was very nervous, but I decided to do it. I went with it, and it went really, really well. It was one of the best decisions that I could have made. And after 6 months, we had competency tests and more like interviews. And then I finally became a candidate fellow at the beginning of this year with them. And the skills that I learned is definitely to be confident in my mission and what I want to accomplish in life. That's what it taught me, and how to approach these situations. Even if I'm unsure, I should definitely just go ahead, put my hat in the ringer and do it.
Oh, thanks for that. Thanks for that insight. What about you, Lesego? What has the experience been for you?
So I remember it like it was yesterday when I was going through my Blackboard. I came across a calling. They were like calling all entrepreneurs to apply for this opportunity to run for Allen Gray Orbis Foundation. So it was on a Monday, and then I remember I kept going on to my Blackboard, but I was just like, no, I'm not going to apply for this. I don't even know what it is about and stuff. Came on Wednesday, I think it was at around 7 p.m. I was like, but why not I do this? I don't think I'll lose anything. I was like, let me just join it. I started going on, checking on ways how to do the canvas because we were told to do a pitch deck. Yeah, if I remember well. And then I watched videos on YouTube to see how I can literally structure it and stuff. And then came in the morning, I submitted my thing to Miss Chipo's email. And then I remember it was at Equitas. When I got there were a lot of people, a lot of students, I think over 30 or so. And then came my time, I presented well. And to see that I presented well, I got an email that I've been selected as the top 20 for the UFS university. Then I obviously, unfortunately, I couldn't get into the Ellen Gray thing. I was told that I am now part of the pre-incubation. That's when I actually met Miss Chipo. And then from there, it was just a nice thing. We had competitions within us. We even the second competition we got third place, to which we refined our idea with my team. Before we got like fourth place, and then we refined it, and when we competed again, we got like third place, and we got money as well. It was nice. I learned a lot. They've been too supportive. I didn't know that a business is more than just an idea and stuff. And no matter what, no business is little or idea is little. I didn't know that with a business plan, you need a lot, like your business canvas, your lane structures. I didn't know any of that. I thought you just write what your idea is all about, the money and stuff. But when I got to the incubation, I realized, no, it's more than just that. You need to have your lean structures, have your, where you're going to spend the money on. Why do you need that? You need to fill a gap and stuff like that. So it was just a nice journey, honestly.
Thank you for sharing. So part of the incubator is to support students. It's right at the beginning of business ideation, and then we take them through product development and business planning using the lean business Canva, value proposition Canva, and also to market entry and beyond. So we supported different stages of entrepreneurship, starting at the ideation stage, looking at design thinking. How do you bring an idea to market, and where do you have identify an opportunity in the market? So thank you, Lesego, for sharing that. And I think you can hear from Wendo and Lesego that they had to step out of their comfort zone. You need to step out of your comfort zone and put yourself out there. Pitching is very daunting in front of judges, but you have to step out of your comfort zone. And thank you for actually taking up the call and stepping out of your comfort zone and saying, I can do this. I have an idea. I want my idea to be developed further into a business idea. So thank you for sharing. Okay, Latika, what has been your experience?
My experience also started when I was a teenager. It started when I was 16. I applied to be a Herbalife distributor. So that taught me a lot about networking, essentially coming out of my shell as well, in terms of oral communication, which is how I met you also. But then also at UFS specifically, I was part of the EBUS module 2714, which is business management, where we had to embark on business idea presentations as well, where we presented our business idea. Unfortunately, we were the best idea within that module and the EMS faculty itself. And then I went on to attend an event as well at Equitas, where Ms. Chipo was presenting about the business incubator and how she wants to encourage students also at UFS to embark on entrepreneurship, which I thought was a very valuable opportunity to actually approach her and actually want to be part of the entrepreneurship within UFS. And then that's how I got to be part of the incubator, where, as Lesego said, we competed amongst other students as well that had very innovative business ideas. And then I was also part of the top 3, fortunately. And then also that led me to gaining skills that got me selected to be a campus director for How Prize Foundation, which is a foundation that encourages social entrepreneurship within students, which is another aspect of entrepreneurship that I think students should actually learn about.
Okay. Thank you so much, Latika, for sharing. Just want to ask you, what do you think are the essential skills that are needed for an entrepreneur? And also, what are the skills that you've learned, on your journey? If you can just share the skills that you have learned on the journey, from the entrepreneurial mindset to the skills. Wendell, can you just share that with us, please?
So I think something that's very important is to identify where there is a problem, like a problem that you see. Like for me, it was where I saw that suits aren't affordable for for young people and young professionals. So definitely identifying a gap and then using that problem that you identified and critically thinking about it to how you can provide a way to solve this problem for like youngsters, young professionals, and solve this problem. So that critical thinking is very important, and finding innovative ways. Like for me, the way that I get my suits from Joburg to Bloemfontein at an affordable price is using long distance taxis, where other people would courier it and it comes at a much higher price, where long distance taxis are much more affordable for the overall price of the suit, and it doesn't increase the price to the consumer. So definitely finding a problem, using critical analysis, and then solving it in an innovative way.
Okay. And yourself, Lisego?
I think the skills that one needs, like Wendell said, it's very important for you to be able to identify when there's a problem, because that's when you actually can get an idea for a business. A business is not just about you just wanting to make money or something like that, but it's something that you need to identify a problem and then seize it. Like use that as your opportunity to actually make the money that you might need. Also, critical thinking, which happens to be one of the graduate attributes that UFS wants students post university to possess. It's one of the most important things to ensure that you do well. Like if you wanna go the route of being an entrepreneur and something like that, you need to be resilient as well, because business does not always go as planned. And be dedicated in what you do. Don't do it just for the fun of it, because obviously whenever times come and you have to do away with your business, it's gonna like crush you very hard. So rather have that resilience, shoulder on, even though things don't go as planned. But yeah, think.
So what's coming out of this is that whether or not you intend to go into business and become an entrepreneur, or you're going to work for somebody when you graduate, there are certain skills that are required: an entrepreneurial mindset, a growth mindset, a mindset that sees solution rather than problems. Because with entrepreneurship, you are solving problems. That's what entrepreneurship is really. It's solving problems and monetizing your solution. So you require certain skills and resilience, because it can get lonely on this entrepreneurship journey, and you can even give up and say this is not working. But I think what's quite clear is that you don't give up. You might have to pivot. You might have to change a little bit in terms of your idea. But at the end of the day, you know, you soldier on. You soldier on, and it requires a certain mindset to actually soldier on. I think that's what's coming out clearly from the discussion. And yourself, Latika?
I think, ma'am, what they have mentioned already, I think that's the main skills that you actually gain from being part of this whole journey as well. Because identifying a problem also goes with critical thinking as well, because you can't just identify an idea and don't have a context. Because you might be solving a problem that's within Bloom and you just contextualize it wrong and think it happens all around the world. And then also, I think entrepreneurial mindset, meaning you have to be resilient, because I mean everyone talks about the Cyril Ramaphosa economy, which is not very fair to everyone else. So you have to be resilient when it comes to coming up with a business idea. Like Wendell said, coming up with something different, like long distance taxis, which I thought was very different from what everyone else does, because I would have never thought of that also. So I think those are the main three: problem solving, critical thinking, and having an entrepreneurial mindset, and then oral communication as well, which is very important. As you said, that it gets lonely, and you will need people to support you, like how you support us within the university as well.
So what do you think is the role of peer learning, hanging out with like-minded people, people who want to solve problems rather than focus on the problems? What has been your experience in terms of peer learning? Because one of the things that we try to foster in the incubator is teamwork and leaning on each other and bouncing off your ideas to your peers. Can you just share your experience in terms of peer learning, please?
So with me, I think that is like the brain power of innovation, because you get to hear other people's ideas, and the way that you're looking at something, you get a different perspective on a problem that you might be looking at a certain way. And when you get your peers around this one idea, they see it from different perspectives, and that just it brings innovation to the whole idea or problem that you might be having. So that's what I think is like the most beneficial thing, the innovation that you get from it.
Okay. And yourself, Lesego?
For me, I agree with Wendell. For me, in terms of peer learning, it helps because now you're working with people that resonate with you, people that understand what you're going through. Like with students, we know it's okay. We as students are going through this together. So I feel like with lecturers, it's different because you guys have already passed that phase, and we still are in that phase. So it's better because we now like resonate with each other. Like I feel like one brain is better, two brains are better than one. And you like as diverse as we are, we have different perspectives. Like I feel like if that can be fostered always, like constantly at the university space, a lot of innovative ideas would like be brought up.
Okay. And yourself, Latika, you want to contribute to that?
Yes, ma'am. I think it's very important. Even though we as students, we really don't like working in groups, especially in academic work. But when it comes to entrepreneurship, as she said, that two minds are better than one, because really we get different perspectives as we are in the University of the Free State, centrally in South Africa as well, meaning different cultures like just come to one place. And then also it brings a different perspective, as Wendell said as well, because we are from different cultures and we approach stuff the different way. Then we have different problems that we have identified as well. And then also, I think just working together is very important, because also it's less workload, because now we are students first and foremost. We have to balance our lives accordingly. It brings a better workflow in terms of efficiency. You can bounce off ideas with Lesego, and then Lesego has worked through this. Let's say I wanted to also start something in terms of clothing. Wendell has already worked through that and has gone through those problems already. So it makes you, it positions you in a way that you don't make the same mistakes Wendell made, essentially. So meaning that's less costs when we talk about entrepreneurship also.
That's great, because brainstorming in groups is so important, especially from people with diverse backgrounds, whether from different faculties, from different cultural background, because you see things differently based on your lived experiences. And what we have seen is that in brainstorming, that's when really good ideas come out, because you are actually unpacking whatever problem there is from a different perspective. And one of the things that we've encouraged in the incubator is to create groups that are diverse, both in what you're studying, in the year that you're studying, and also in your skills. That way, in each group, you can have diverse ideas coming through. All right, so we're just going to move now to just the businesses you guys are working on. Some of you have got, like Wendell, his business is already running, and some of you are working on your business ideas and you're refining your business ideas right now. You have done the business Canva. You are now looking to say, okay, how do I refine these business ideas and develop it into a prototype, and then from there into market entry? And what are the resources that I need? What do I need to look at? So if you can just share with the audience here in terms of just briefly, what are you working on, and how do you reach markets? How do you advertise? What are your channels of distribution? And who are your customers? How do you reach your customers? Because that's what entrepreneurship is all about, right? So let's talk about that. Maybe we can start with Wendell, because your idea is already running.
Okay, like Mr. Matambo said, I already have a business, the Suit Imperium. So you can find us on Google. We sell high quality men's formal wear. So this is perfect for like young individuals that are looking for like a formal event to go to, like a graduation maybe, or maybe they just want to look stylish for church or something. Then you can come find us. And our prices start around like 1,200 Rand, and we'll soon be starting with a student discount as well. So that's good for the students. So yeah, our target market is definitely like students, young professionals, and even someone that's already graduated going into the workforce and you want to make a good impression information on your new employers. That's also our target market. And currently, you can reach us through Google and also through Facebook. You'll find like ads of like that we're selling on there, and that's who the business is. So if you're looking for that, you can definitely reach us.
So tell me something, Wendell. What has been your greatest challenge in running this business, and how have you gone around this challenge?
So my greatest challenge with the business has been the inconsistency. So like I've noticed now, December and January just passed. It's after the people had like fun times, celebrations, and formal events weren't really happening. So then there was a decrease in sales happening. But now graduations have started picking up. So how I've gone around this situation is definitely to budget for those times, because I usually see when those times are approaching, when there's a decrease in sales, and then I challenge that with advertising by posting more on Facebook about it to try and get more people to see it with so for people that might be attending a wedding over the holiday, then those I get sales from people that aren't usually my customer base.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's great. It's always being solution focused.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Okay. On my free time, I usually plait hair, like I do hair, I'm a hairstylist. But it's not something that I do like. It's more like a hobby, because whenever I wanna relieve stress, or rather stressing, I just use that. Also, I also like when I pitched for the incubation, I had a business, a skincare business. So it's something that I did prototypes as well. I would just give them to my friends to test them out and stuff. But it's something that I haven't delved much to it. I literally pushed it aside soon after I got into the incubation, because I thought I had a much better idea. So now this idea is a social tackling idea, social problem tackling idea. So now I saw a problem, a gap. Well, there was something of that nature in existence, but it wasn't as strong as the one that I aim to bring upon the market. So my target market will be literally everyone living in South Africa. Could be even national, I don't know, Yeah. So everyone is gonna use it, because it is a problem that everyone is facing. It's a queue management app, basically. So you do know that we struggle with queues from your home affairs to your banks to your retail stores and stuff like that. So it aims to mitigate having to stand in long queues, waste time when you could be with your family, having fun, So it's something that's going to be used by literally everyone.
So what you're talking about here is people's pains. I'm always talking to the students about that. Is what are the people's pains? Because entrepreneurship is about alleviating people's pains and looking on the market and say, what are people's pains? Talk to people. What are they struggling with, and what would they want as a solution? Whether it saves time, it saves money, or it uses less resources. So that's how you identify a gap in the market. And I think you have identified the gap in the market, and I know you're busy with your team, refining your business ideas, refining how you're going to develop this app to actually make life easier for people.
Can I quickly say something?
Yes, sure.
I was going through, I think I was on Twitter, and then I came across a video. They were speaking about my app, basically. I was like, okay. And like the features, but I refined mine, because after hearing what they had to say, I had to refine mine, because it's a very big, they are big people, like strong people that have the money, all the money you can ever think of. So I'm just like, okay, this is a challenge, but I believe we can make it work through the incubation, obviously.
I think we being also at university, young minds, technology is on your side. You are good with using that, and you're good with developing even technology that alleviates people's pain. So the university just doesn't churn out graduates that are going to go and work and be employed. We churn out graduates that solve people's problems. So kudos to you for seeing that gap in the market. What about you, Latika?
So I had two business ideas that ideated in terms of within the university. One was for reverse osmosis and reverse cycling within the university, which funny enough, the university has implemented within the facilities of the university, because we really had a challenge of unclean water in Bloemfontein specifically that was undrinkable, that would lend students up into Kofsi health as well. But then also the other idea was also an app that integrated AI, intelligence, virtual reality as well, for students to navigate around campus and anywhere else in South Africa. The universities can also use it. But right now I'm focusing on How Proud's Foundation, which is a foundation that encourages students to embark on social entrepreneurship, as I've said. Because really, as Lesego said earlier on, that entrepreneurship is not always about making money. It's also about helping the environment and the community that you work within, but also making money at the same time, essentially. So we try to do that also by teaching students how to make a lean canvas, a business canvas, a market canvas as well. And then it's essentially a pitching competition whereby students go up against each other to reach the national stage, which they will go up against every university in South Africa. Then if they win that, they go internationally as well to the UK, where they'll compete with other universities around the world for a prize of $1 million as well.
That's great. So you're talking about impact. So that's another thing about entrepreneurship. It's about impact. What is the impact that you're having on society while you're making money? So you must always think about that. If you're an entrepreneur, what is the impact that you have?
One of the
Your product or your service, what impact does it have, right? Okay, then lastly, I just want you to just share with our audience, in particularly our UFS students or even students of other universities, what you'd want them to know about student entrepreneurship and what has helped you on your entrepreneurship journey, and how can students get involved here at UFS?
Okay. So I think for my fellow Kofsis, like if you have an idea, if you even have like the smallest concept of something, definitely invest in yourself. Like take the risk and go and see any opportunities that you have. Like for instance, the pitch. I just saw it from an email in my UFS for Life thing, where it said that the career services is having this pitch, and I was like, okay, let me go do it, even though I've never done something like that before. So I think that you should definitely put yourself out there and invest in yourself, because I think definitely being an entrepreneur is investing in yourself. And secondly, I also think that I also want to say that Alan Gray's applications are currently open for matriculants, and there's also postgraduate opportunities for other students. So if you're interested, you should definitely go check them out.
Yeah, thank you for that, because it has really opened doors for you, because they also offer an entrepreneurship program for their fellows, which can only just together, we are all on the same journey of trying to just enhance student entrepreneurship so that we can alleviate the problems of unemployment in South Africa, so that we teach our young students to go out there and create businesses that have impact in society. So kudos to you for getting into the Alan Gray fellowship program, and like you say, encourage other people. I always encourage students, when pitching competitions come up, and it's advertised on Blackboard at UFS, enter, and what you have nothing to lose really, but you have everything to gain. So enter, and you don't know where it will lead you. And it was a wonderful opportunity for you to get this fellowship, because I think it changed the trajectory.
It did.
You know, of not only your varsity life, but your future in general.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And you, Lesego?
Now, what I would say to my fellow Kovsis is that no idea is small. No idea is redundant. You know, there's no harm in trying new things, because now, if you can check, in South Africa, the economy is bad. Like they say, Ramaphosa's economy. We can't always wanna just move out of varsity and wanna go work for someone. Why not open your own business? Something of your own, where you'll have your own terms on how I want it to be run. No one will tell you anything. Obviously, there will be your stakeholders will be like, okay, do it this way, but then you have the upper hand because it's your business, your idea. You understand? And seeing now in South Africa, they are now funding small businesses like in South Africa. So I think if you can just acquire those skills from here, because the university has a lot to offer. For instance, the incubation, they don't have any affiliation with your idea with the incubation. Because whatever you make, if your project or rather your idea becomes something real, they don't have any right to your idea or something like that. So they should just do it because they have nothing to lose, more to gain, like your skills, entrepreneurial skills, and that also is an advantage on their CVs, because now having to mention that you have an experience in entrepreneurship, that's also an advantage for you, an edge that you can, like, whenever you apply at an organization, you'll be like, oh, this person has entrepreneurship as one of the attributes that the university has to offer. We should just look into that person.
So what you're saying, you've nothing to lose but everything to gain.
Yes.
That's the message across. The other message is that take ownership of your learning. Take ownership of your journey, because what you do today becomes your tomorrow. So if you want a better future, you invest today. So invest in your future by making better choices today. That's what you're saying here. Okay.
Yeah. With me, I think I would tell the students, don't be scared, firstly, because the university encourages a very much open door policy or system as well, which is why we are with Ms. Chipo right now, because we've built so much of a relationship that she feels like our mother in this sense also. Not just that, we know her because of entrepreneurship. I think don't be scared. You have nothing to lose, as Lesego said. And then also build peers that have the same mindset as you do in terms of entrepreneurship, which will help you very much in the future. And then I think also in terms of the coaching and mentorship we've gained from Ms. Chipo and Dr. Jabu as well, and the incubator itself, I think we've gained valuable skills in terms of having an entrepreneurial mindset, because without that, I don't think we would have been able to tackle such things as creating a business idea and actually being contextual with what we say and how we pitch to investors as well, which is what we do also at the Health Foundation, is actually being able to pitch to investors, which I think is very valuable. So my keyword is, or word of the day, is don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared, as it will limit you.
As you've heard, the audience, don't be scared. And also, everything starts in the mind. What you think, you become. So start thinking entrepreneurial. Go out there and explore, entrepreneurship opportunities. I would just end the podcast by just telling the UFS students to check their Blackboard. A call has been made out for students to register on a database for entrepreneurship. Please do register, because this will allow you to keep abreast of what's happening in terms of entrepreneurship activities on campus. It will alert you of any pitching competitions going on and anything that is entrepreneurial that's happening at university. We will post it through this platform. So I just want to thank everybody here, the students, for coming up and just discussing their lived experience of how it has been being in the incubator, and also just exploring entrepreneurship opportunities as they are presented to them. So thank you so much, guys, for joining me this afternoon. And I know you've got a 1 week break, so do enjoy your break and time with your family, and we'll see each other back in a week's time. Thank you so much.
Bye.